They called it the Eichen Estate, once home to nobles, philosophers, and, some say, witches. For nearly a century, it stood abandoned in the forests of Lower Austria, slowly rotting into the earth, until 2017, when a young couple purchased the property, hoping to turn it into their dream home. But hidden in one of the many forgotten rooms of the manor was an ancient mirror, and Emily and her husband Thomas decide to leave behind the noise of Vienna and move to a quiet, historical manor in the Austrian countryside. The estate, located near the dense Wienerwald forest, had been abandoned for years and was listed for a shockingly low price. While exploring the dusty attic on their first day, they discover a large antique mirror leaning against the wall. Its frame is carved with symbols neither of them recognize, possibly Old Germanic or even older. The glass is unnaturally clear, almost too perfect. Emily is captivated by it and insists on placing it in their bedroom. Thomas hesitates. The mirror gives him a strange feeling, like something is standing just behind his reflection. That night, Thomas wakes to find Emily standing in front of the mirror, whispering in a language he doesn't recognize. Over the next few days, strange things begin to happen. Emily becomes increasingly distant, staring into the mirror for hours. Thomas catches glimpses of movement in the reflection shadows darting across the room that aren't there when he turns around. He tries to remove the mirror, but it won't budge. The moment he touches it, a cold shock runs through his arm, and he hears a faint whisper, "Leave her." At night, he hears footsteps in the hallway, even though all doors are locked. Thomas drives to the nearest town and speaks to an old librarian named Greta. When he shows her a photo of the mirror, her face turns pale. She tells him the mirror once belonged to a noblewoman named Marguerite von Eichen, who was accused of occult rituals in the 1800s. She was believed to have used mirrors as portals to the Veil, a boundary between the living and the dead. The villagers had tried to destroy the mirror after Margaretha's mysterious death, but it couldn't be broken. It simply vanished. Until now. Thomas returns to the manor and finds the house ice cold. Candles are lit around the mirror, and Emily is in a trance, chanting. A shadowy figure begins to take shape in the glassets Margaretha. She smiles at Thomas and says, "Thank you for bringing her to me." Desperate, Thomas remembers what Greta told him. The mirror cannot be destroyed, but the ritual can be reversed if the mirror's owner is willing to sacrifice something precious. Thomas steps forward and slashes his palm, drawing a protective symbol Greta showed him in blood on the mirror's frame. The glass begins to crack. Emily screams and collapses. Emily wakes up with no memory of what happened. The mirror, now shattered, lies on the floor, but inside the broken shards, Thomas still sees movement faces, pressed against the glass from the other side. They leave the manor the next day. Locals say the house remains abandoned, but sometimes, on moonless nights, a light flickers in the top window. And if you stand close enough to the door, you might hear someone whispering, "She's not Emily anymore." Emily and Thomas never returned to the Eichen estate. The mirror, authorities claimed it was destroyed, but some say mirrors like that aren't broken. They're simply waiting for someone new to look into them. Thank you for watching. If you ever find an old mirror in an attic, ask yourself, who's really looking back? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more true horror stories.